Ahoy, shipmates, YouTubers. Captain Jack here along with Billy Bones and his family. Today we're going to go to Wynnewood, Oklahoma, another small town on US 77. Now we're going to talk about it and show it, we'll do all that in a little while. I just want to let you know where we're going, and we want to pay a little bit of attention to the refinery at Wynnewood, one of the very few refineries in the state of Oklahoma, and I'll compare that refinery with Exxon Baytown's refinery, which I'm very, very familiar with. So, watch it, have a good time, be sure and buckle in your seats, because it's a law, got to be buckled up. Captain Jack, Billy Bones Jr., Billy Bones Jr.'s mother, and all that, saying until later, adios. Notice the refinery over here on the left. We're going to come back and talk about that later. Back in 1886, John Waldner, who was a resident of the Chickasaw Nation in those days, he moved his house and his store about 4 miles south from Cherokee Town, which is on the Washita River. He established a settlement there along the proposed route of the Gulf, Colorado, and Santa Fe Railroad, which you heard a lot about. Now, when the line reached Waldner the very next year, the railroad personnel renamed the village Wynnewood, after a Pennsylvania town, and that designation became official in April of 1887. Just remember, no matter what you wanted to name your town, the people from the railroad got the final say, and most of the railway workers were from Pennsylvania. That's why so many towns in the north-south corridor of Oklahoma have names of Pennsylvania towns. Of course, with the coming of the railroad, Wynnewood grew very quickly to a market center. Back in 1900, they said they had 1,907 people, and the town has gone up and down and up and down. They lost people during the Great Depression, and then the refinery came in. So today's population is 2,217 people. Okay, this is a real long freight train, which is about all that goes up and down these tracks, all the way from way down in Texas up to Canada. The Burlington Northern Santa Fe owns all this old trackage. So we're going to cut this train in half, or sort of, then we'll get back to the narration. A promotional brochure produced around 1907 dubbed Wynnewood as the Queen City of the famous Washita Valley. The town had an opera house, they had electric lights, telephones, and a 30-room Escabridge Hotel. And that was a favorite stop between Oklahoma City and Dallas. Now that hotel, along with one of the homes there, are Wynnewood properties which are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Now, education came to Wynnewood in 1887, and that's when Mary Semple Hodgkins. Now, the word simple, it's S-E-M-P-L-E, a family name, not S-I-M-P-L-E. She was a Presbyterian minister, and she moved her school for Chickasaw children from near Chickasaw Town to Wynnewood. Now, the area citizens paid for the construction of the Indianola College, which was a Presbyterian institution, and that was 1901. It closed in 1909, the college is what we're talking about, and it was used by the town as a junior and senior high school till 1927. And as you know, if you've got a railroad, you're going to have a pretty stable foundation for your town. Now, the residents that in the Wynnewood area, they raised native pecans, peaches, corn, wheat, oats, alfalfa, cotton, and even clover were the principal crops during the early 1900s. They had a cottonseed oil company. They had 4 cotton gins, which supported the cotton industry. Then the investors added lumber yards, barber shops, dry goods stores, banks, and other business. Now, early newspapers included the Wynnewood Republic and the Wynnewood Times. Now, the Wynnewood Gazette appeared in 1906 and is still in print. It is now 1922 to 1923, and the Texas Pacific Coal and Oil Company has built a refinery which is the lifeblood of Wynnewood's economy even today. Now, it changed hands back and forth, but by 1957, the employment at that refinery equaled all other jobs in the area combined. It is now the Wynnewood Refining Company, and it produces gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and a few other petroleum products for the mid-continent area, while it certainly provides local economic stability and funds for civic programs. The road trip continues.